We play and call it work.
MiniWarGamer Dave here from MiniWarGaming.com. Welcome, Wargamers, to A Sit and Talk. Next week, leave your comments for Chris. So in the comments down below, if you wish to address Chris, just put his name first and then leave a comment for him. As for you and the questions that you have left or comments you've left, I'm going to respond to those right now. And let's dive right in here. It's been a while since I've made a video, and there has been reasons. And through the course of this video, you shall probably learn the reasons. Captain Obvious says, Dave, have you been okay these past few months? I've only seen you in the odd Facebook video for the promo codes and haven't seen you in any of the bat reps recently, and you weren't in the open vault. Just checking that everything is okay, or maybe you've got some awesome secret project going on in the background perhaps. This was thumbed up a certain amount of times. So, to answer your questions, yes, I'm okay. Was I away? Yes. I went on family vacation and then I moved after that. So it's been a number of weeks since I've been here in the office. So that's why I haven't been here. But it's funny you should say something about an awesome secret project, because that is actually very true. That is the reason why I haven't been making as many videos, because my time has been occupied with an awesome secret project, which will no longer be secret as of this video right now, because I am officially announcing the MiniWarGaming bunker. Now, I've had this dream for the last year and a half that guests that come in to MiniWarGaming, that battle us, that participate in the battle reports and the videos, that instead of staying in a nearby hotel or a bed and breakfast, that they would stay at MiniWarGaming, because then we can game later and we can game longer, and we can it would be a full immersion experience for the guests that come in. And they would stay in a themed room like the studios that are here. So can you imagine staying in the orc room, sleeping in an orc bunker barracks, or a barracks of the Imperium, or something of that sort? I think that would just add so much to the immersion, so much to the experience when you're here at MiniWarGaming. So I had this idea. It's been a long time since I've had this idea, but it is happening now because of awesomeness. I think it's because it's meant to be. Great friend of mine, Hunter, I'm not sure how much credit he wants, but I'm going to give him credit for this, because without him it wouldn't be possible. So he's also one of the producers of the Rangers film, and that's how I met him. He came for a battle report. We were in a battle report a good year and a half ago, and he saw Drewston Chronicles in the theater, and we got to talking, and then he became a producer for the next film, and we became friends, and now he is helping us to acquire a new building. And the building is just shy of 3 times larger than current MiniWarGaming. Right now we're approximately 4,000 square feet. The next one is 11,000 square feet, and it will include the bunker. And in addition to the bunker, which is, it's my goal to house up to 20 people. We'll have to see exactly how many people can fit according to zoning and bylaws and whatever that means, whatever that takes. I just lost a light there. That's okay. But that's my goal, up to 20. It may be less, it may be more. We shall see. But that number. So 20 people at a time, staying at the MiniWarGaming bunker. And so large groups of people, because when people come in right now, they come in groups of 4, 5, sometimes 1 or 2. But at the new location, they'll be able to come in larger groups and participate. I'm talking all at the same time. Theoretically, it could happen right now if everyone's staying in a local hotel. But there's something to be said about being able to accommodate all of those people at the same time, at the same location, at MiniWarGaming. I just think it's ridiculously awesome. And it's going to be right there. It's not going to be far away, it won't be remote, it'll be part of the same location, part of the same place. Now, in addition to this, we're going to have a gaming storefront, because it's actually an old flower shop, which we will be converting into a gaming store. And there is a third-party vendor, which is going to be coming in there. And we're going to I already talked to Dan from Max Aggression, so shout out to Dan. And he'll be occupying that space in there. And they will be able to hang out with the guests when we leave after hours, because we're 9 to 5 here. So when we leave, which we're probably going to stay longer because there's going to be a gaming store, they'll be able to hang out in the store. They can game more. There will be product that people can buy. There's going to be swag in addition to all the miniatures and everything else that would be available in a gaming store. It will be there on location. So that's another thing too, which is really awesome. So anytime we need something, normally we order through Dan and it comes like a day later or whatever. But right now it's like the store's there and we can get whenever we want, pretty much right away. Unless it's like a new product and you gotta wait for it anyway. But so the gaming store. Now get this, this is really awesome. Right now we have 4 studios. Now it is a really long answer to the Captain Obvious question, but it's deserved because this is like the main thing that I'm thinking about right now. I can't help it. It's really hard to sleep right now, and it's kind of contagious, and you're just gonna have to bear with it. So right now we have 4 studios, and in the new location we are building 7. So that I'm really excited about because they're each going to be themed. They are each going to have their own unique feel to it, and again, adding to that full immersion experience. Right now we have the Zone Mortalis, which is like the Space Hulk theme, the one room that I'm in mostly. It's like the Armory. Then we have the War Zone, which is Matt's studio. Then we have the Orc studio, and then we have the Forge. So we have the 4 right now. I'm thinking about transplanting a couple of those, like the Forge and the Orc studio. Thinking about redoing mine and Matt's. We can do those more easily. But the other ones are more easily transplanted into the new location. So that means there's going to be 5 brand new ones in addition to the 2 that will be there. So 7 in total, 7 studios. You'll have your pick of 7 rooms that you can game in against one of us at MiniWarGaming when you come to battle us. How awesome. How awesome would that be, right? And they're all themed. And upstairs, there's going to be the MiniWarGaming offices, the employee lounge area, and Shrine of Chaos. That's all going to be there. Now, in the back of that, there is a large tournament room. There's a 60 by 30 foot tournament room that's attached to the back of it. It's all part of the same building, so it's part of it. And Matt and I walked through there, we did the math, and it can house up to 60 people if you do doubles tournament. If it's a regular tournament, about 30 people, maybe a little more. And so that is something that will be amazing for us because we will be able to host events and host campaigns and tournaments, and all that will be at MiniWarGaming, which is something that we've wanted for a long time, something that we've thought about. It's been in the periphery, it's been in the background in our minds, but never really did it just because, I mean, we did it a number of years ago with Apocalypticon, and there was a lot of logistics there and a lot of planning and it wasn't profitable at all, and so it was more stress than it was getting together because it was a lot. It was a lot of work to do that, but if we have that room at the location, it's just a lot more feasible for us to be able to host that on a regular basis. And that is something that can add to the local community as well as the gaming community that comes in from afar, which is the majority of the guests that come into MiniWarGaming. So picture this, for example, okay? This is what I picture in my mind. Picture a Path to Glory campaign that involves up to 20 people. Let's say it's 10 people, okay? You and a group of your friends, you plan for a whole year to come to MiniWarGaming. You stay in the bunker. You participate in Path to Glory campaign, which is filmed by 4 of the content producers here at MiniWarGaming. It could be any number of us, any combination of us, and we're filming it with you guys. And you're doing it in the tournament room, and then the finals, if you would, are filmed in the battle report rooms. And so it's all part of the experience, the full immersion experience at MiniWarGaming. And then you're sleeping there. And then there's food will be provided because we're going to have food. They just make it so like you don't have to leave. You basically just, there's no reason to leave unless you want to go jump in the canal and go for a swim or something. You stay at MiniWarGaming because that's the idea, because we want to get you away. This is an escape. This is a escapism. It's a getaway for you. It's your vacation. It's your resort. It's your retreat. It's a wargaming retreat. And it's big. It's a big idea. It's really big. I've had this for a year and a half. It's in my mind, and now it's physicalizing before my face and our face. And It's nuts. It's actually crazy. This coming Saturday, Matt and I are meeting with Hunter, and we're meeting with, we're going to show all the plans and go over all the details of the bunker and of this new facility that we will have, because this is the future of mini wargaming. And so that's the tournament room. Going back to the tournament room, also themed like the studios. So it's going to feel like you're inside this fortress inside the tournament room. And going down, let's see, what's next? Yes, this is the cherry on top. This is what I'm really, really excited for. I'm excited for all of it equally. But this is the cherry on top because I love these. I'm a fan of these. I'm going to be constructing 3 escape rooms that are 40K themed. A couple of them will be 40K themed. I'm thinking one will be fantasy themed. And I ran a poll on Facebook, on the MiniWarGaming Facebook group. Join it if you're not part of the group, and you'll be accepted. The #1 result was Space Hulk, and the #2 result was Chaos themed. So I'm going to go with Nurgle, and so that I can make an excuse to make it a zombie apocalypse type of theme. The 3rd one is still up for ideas. And for those of us who have not heard of an escape room before, because it seems to be like 2/3 of the people that I mentioned this to know what escape rooms are. And when I say it, they're like, oh, really, an escape room? And the other ones are like, what's an escape room? So I'll just say what an escape room is. It started about 10 years ago, originated in Japan, and it's for entertainment purposes, a lot of corporate getaways and retreats, team building exercises. They go into a room, and this room, the idea is that there are puzzles in the room and items that people can find in order to help them escape the room. So picture a door that has a combination lock on it. And in order to get that combination lock, you have to first unlock the chest that's on the table. But in order to get that chest, you need the key, but the key is in the room hidden somewhere, so you gotta find it, you gotta look around. So it's like that. That's a very, very basic and rudimentary example of a puzzle in an escape room. Usually there's lots of puzzles in an escape room. And it's not just one room all the time. It could be multiple rooms that you unlock and get into. It's kind of like a real-life video game, really, is what it feels like. But I've done a few, and I've done a ton of reading and research on them, and I'm a fan of them. I love them. I'm going to be doing more, and I'm going to be building some. And that is what is going to be so awesome. I can't wait for this, because for people that come and they experience this experience at MiniWarGaming, they can experience the MiniWarGaming escape rooms as well. Picture this. Picture this. So, for those of you who have been to escape rooms, you know that there's certain items that you need to collect sometimes, and you gotta activate locking mechanisms or whatever. So picture like there is, I don't know, let's say we're in the Space Hulk, okay? And you need to secure objectives. That is your goal. And so there's objectives throughout the room. This is a best general. This is a Adepticon best general. I'm just going to use this as an example. So these are hidden throughout the room, and you need to unlock these. These are objectives. And let's say you need to secure 6 of them. And then once you get the 6, you put them in a mechanism that allows you to secure the primary objective, and that unlocks the room, which allows you to escape the room. So that would be really cool. And they're all real, tangible pieces. And it just helps to fully dive you into this world of 40K that you love so much. Because that's my dream, is to be able to do this and to watch people experience this. And there's different levels of escape rooms. Some people, they have like fully automated rooms where there's no interaction with people. There's other rooms where it's partial interaction with people because they monitor you, and if you get stuck, they nudge you along by giving you verbal clues. And then there's I would call it the top tier experience of an escape room, where they have actors who are in the room with you. For example, I saw the zombie apocalypse one where there were zombies in the room, and they were slow at first, and then as the time for the people to have, figure out the cure for the virus, once it got closer to the time limit, then the zombies awoke and they started to chase them, and it was amazing. So can you imagine if there was some sort of immersion type of experience, type of role-playing experience attached to that escape room setting? I think that would be so cool. And I love it because it brings out the acting. It brings out that whole art that can be experienced with this hobby that we love so much. We can cross-pollinate them, and it would be nuts. This is, again, a really long answer to the first question. This is all I've been thinking about for a while, and this will be occupying my time for the next while. I'm not going to stop making battle reports. For those of you watching this right now, you may notice that there are a whole bunch of bat reps just dumped from previous. There's actually even a 7th edition battle report that has been dumped from before because it wasn't posted because it was a number of weeks ago that I filmed it. But I went away for a number of weeks, so that's why it was never posted. And this is like, I'm talking like before 8th edition was released, so it's a good amount of time. And then after that, a bunch more 8th edition bat reps. Now I'm just rambling. And yeah, going on to the next question. Number of minutes later, crazy. So that's the awesome secret project. It's the MiniWarGaming bunker. Feel free to tell people, you know. Yeah, okay. So, WB Freak 54, Dave, my favorite of the channel. 3 things. Oh, thank you. That's very kind words. First, how are you able to get all of the items much before GW releases it? I know a deal was struck, but how did that work with guests? Did people have to sign NDAs? Also, do you control the guests? How do you control the guests not talking about the games ahead of time? I'm speaking of the 8th edition specials specifically. So, review copies. We have review copies of a product, and we cover them. Second, what are you hoping to see with the new models of Chaos and new codex? Well, I already saw the new Abaddon, so that's pretty awesome. Drop pods. I think that'd be pretty cool. More variants of Land Raiders. Probably not going to happen, but that's something else that I wouldn't mind seeing. I think the Possessed have 2 wounds, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that's pretty cool as well. And then we make them more viable, because right now it's always the Possessed tax, right? It's kind of follows them, and they get kind of cool-ish, but it's unreliable, and then it got kind of sucky again. But that's what I'm hoping for. That really, just bring the marks back. I want marks of Chaos. I want them to be able to benefit from somehow. In addition to the keyword association, I want there to be a mark that you are given. I'm so used to +1 toughness for Mark and Nurgle. You don't necessarily have to do +1 toughness, but give me something with the Mark and Nurgle. That's just an example, and that's something that I would love. Mark of Khorne, give me something. Actually, wait, hold on. This is all familiar. I just read this yesterday. It was posted, it was leaked. So they are doing that. So scratch what I just said. I had a brain fart there. So I'm happy about that. They are doing that. Clicky Man. Hi Dave, what are your thoughts about kilts? Would you ever wear one in a bat rep? Sure, I would wear one. That probably answers the question what I think about them. Chaos Commander says, Dave, hey Dave, haven't seen you around in any bat reps recently, just wondering, and I think it would be awesome if you could make a character sheets for Captain Slaughter rejects, and when Chaos get their own chapter taxes, you should make a special one for the rejects, which would be quite amusing. Oh, I think this will be happening. I think that is something that will be part of the docket for that day. Catfish666 Dave, I need more Nurgle love. Share your thoughts on what you think GW would do with the Death Guard. What are your opinions on the rumors of Terminators and Mortarion? Lots of wounds. I don't know. No, I don't think there's going to be more wounds on them. I think that they... Well, you never know, actually. Maybe they will. Maybe they're going to be more beefy. Maybe their disgustingly resilient will be a little bit better. Maybe they're going to be fluffy and make them walk slower. That's probably what's going to happen. Which is okay, because it just adds character. I'm okay with this. I think they're going to have some pretty sick weapons, though. My guess is that they're going to have some corrosive type of ability where when they shoot, they do like an old school Soul Blaze effect where it continues to burn and corrode when they shoot. That's just a guess. I don't know, but would be cool. And either way, you know you're going to see them. You know I'm going to get them, and I'm going to show you guys what they are. Mortarion. I'm excited for Mortarion, because I like Nurgle. Because Nurgle is like grandpa. Daniel, TMU, Dave, first off, thank you for being awesome. Thank you for being awesome. Just wanted to say that. First off, thank you. Oh, I can't read about that. Couple few questions. But number one, since Marines sucked before their codex came out, what do you expect to get revealed in the Chaos codices that will keep up? You know what would be really cool? If there was an equivalent of the Primaris. Oh, wouldn't that be neat? Wouldn't you love to see that? I would love to see that. Some of the reasons I joined the Vault way back when was your more jovial content like Life of a Wargamer and Captain Slaughter's Rejects. Would you ever consider bringing some stuff like those back to MWG, even just once a month? Yes, absolutely. It's kind of, as long as I am here, as long as I am 50% owner of MiniWarGaming, which I am, and which will continue unless I die or unless I get into an accident and my brain is altered and I'm no longer the same person, that's going to be the case for the existence of MiniWarGaming. Or unless Hollywood producer contacts me and they say, Dave, I'll pay you $10 million to direct this movie. Then I'll have to think about it because I love this so much. It would be really hard. But I would probably have to say yes. But it might make some sort of contingency where it'd be like, okay, well, I'll leave for 6 months and then I'll come back. I don't know. But anyway, as long as I'm here, then stuff like that will be produced. Captain Slaughter's Rejects will have a home here, and there will be content associated with that. And Life of Wargamer. It's been a while since I made one. I know it's been a while. But it will continue. And going back to the bunker, I'm going to make a video series about it, showing you guys start to finish everything. Everything in the bunker. All the rooms, all the constructions, all the studios, the escape rooms. I'm not going to show you details of the escape rooms. I'll just show you like what they look like and stuff. Tournament room. I'll show you the storefront. That's the first thing you'll see when you walk in. You're going to see this massive store and the dioramas and the art and the feeling when you walk in. It's going to be sick. It's going to be amazing. It's all part of the video series. That's going to come when it starts. But yeah, that content will be here. It'll have a place and it will return. Speaking of Captain Slaughter, what is his opinion on 8th? Well, I'm pretty sure he says something like the flea-ridden scrap feeders need good amount of love coverage. Does Deffy miss his pie plates? Yeah, he does. Deffy does miss his pie plates. And keep being awesome, Vault member for life. Thank you, Daniel. You help me feed my nurglings. I will always thank you for that. Muscle Macan. Dave, long time no see. Nice to have you back. I have been pondering these questions for a while. Please name the first thing that comes to mind. Okay. Chaos. Of Deffy. Leland. United States of Leland. The Ryan Gosling movie, which I never saw. Tao. Oh, come on. Why do you got to do that to people? I thought you were my friend. Steve. Big hug. Harry. Lee. Fungin. And Sweden. That is my Viking ancestor. It's kind of fun. Let's see what you got here. What else you got? America. This is Lenny Kravitz. I don't know why that's the first thing I thought. It was the song. Quirk. I don't want to roll no ones. Hamburgers. Oh, that's a whopper of a Blood Angels. I think that they will cook in the sun because of the blood. I don't know where this is coming. Matthew. I've known him since I was 5, and one time I showed him a dead frog, and he thought it was alive. That might have been his brother. I don't know. War Machine Hordes. We don't cover it anymore. Ask Quirk about that. Never mind, that's very mean. He'll get very sad. Josh, he's a good guy. Yeah, he's a big beard. 8th edition, awesomeness. I love 8th edition, and I love everything, the funness of the game. It's gotten a lot better. This was a really fun exercise, by the way. I really liked this, so do this again. Leave lists. I think it's funny. The Univisible Man? Uninvisible. Okay. Dave, do you think Fabius Bile will steal the secrets of the Primaris Marines for the forces of chaos? I'm going to say yes, because I am an optimist. Will Abaddon be remade into a Primaris-scale marine with a retinue of 4 Terminators each aligned to the different Chaos Gods? That would be amazing! And finally, do you think Games Workshop will only produce Primaris Marine models for the Space Marine line from now on? Well, no. If the other one was a possibility and amazing, then I'm going to say no. Well, do I think? Again, I will say, no, I don't think. I think that they will be ported over to Chaos because it would only make sense, right? That there were some who started to follow the true path of enlightenment. We got to think this way. We got to project those thoughts into the universe so that they become reality. That's just what I think. Plastic Monkey. Dave, I had a quick look at the number of games by each of the content producers for July. Luca 9, Quirk 3, Josh 3, Matt 4, Cullen 4, Steve 3, Dave 0. These are just straight up 40k battle reports, not how to plays, Armageddon, etc. Dave, you are my favorite, so I'm rather sad. I also noticed Cullen is carrying Steve, Josh, and Quirk. Tell them to stop being lazy. My question is, all the content producers are filming, but who decides what gets put up? Is there a system, and do you discard some games if they become obsolete because of FAQ and new releases? Well, first off, thank you very much for your kind words. It gives me warm fuzzies. I mean that, thank you. And I did explain why I wasn't making videos at the beginning, so that's that answered. That's that answer questioned. No, that's that question that's been answered. Who decides? Right now, we create the content, and it is posted, and Matt does the scheduling for it, which is great because that type of work I don't enjoy, so one of us has to do it. And it really is just, it's kind of a, it's not, I don't want to say it's a crapshoot. We just produce content, and we have certain content types that go out, and we want to keep a little bit ahead of the content type that needs to be posted. For example, there's an X amount of number of 40k battle reports or content that's posted every week. Same thing with the Fantasy and Age of Sigmar, so we just want to keep up with that. Now, with the rapid-fire succession of all the new codexes and with 8th edition and all the new everything and the new rules and FAQ, it's been challenging for us to keep our production efficient with respects to having to dump extra content that's not relevant anymore. And so all that verbiage, basically what that means is that we're making a bunch of bat reps, and then they come out with an FAQ, and then so all the bat reps that we made, we haven't posted them all yet, so they need to be dumped because new rules apply to them, and they are no longer up to date. So that's why we've been doing that. In fact, this week we've been doing a lot, dumping a whole bunch. So there's a bunch of battle reports that that I have made that will be dumped in succession. A bunch of banter bat reps, one of them of which is a pie play challenge. One of them I fought against Mike Grove. We did a mech battle against each other. It was a Chaos Walkers versus Orc Walkers, and it was one of the most fun games I've had in 8th edition. I will say this, it was amazing. It was a pie play challenge. Watch it if you see it, even though it is the old Chaos, old 8th edition Chaos, the pre-FAQ and the pre-Codex Chaos 8th edition. All those words, they make sense if you organize them properly in your mind. I recommend. But that one sticks out to me because it was a different game. It wasn't a balanced list. It wasn't anything like that. It was a fun list. And then we both had just crazy lists that we were just... It kind of reminded me of, what's that movie called? What's the movie? The Pacific Rim. It was like Chaos. It was like 40k Pacific Rim with walkers. And it was amazing. Dave, this is from Grim Jawl. Dave, what is your favorite unit that has come out in 8th edition so far? Favorite unit that has come out in 8th edition? Bloat drones. Those are amazing. Those are really well crafted. Like, I love the models, and I like how the Forge World blight drones, you can actually use them as bloat drones. Not that you can proxy them, because there's Mark of David, so here's a blight drone, there's actually a bloat drone. I use the bloat drone rules. But bloat drones are awesome. They have a lot of hardy goodness when it comes to firepower and I don't want to say livability. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a survivability. There you go. They are survivable, and they pack a lot of punch. And because they fly, they can disengage when they're in combat, and they can shoot at whatever they're in combat with, so, or whatever they were in combat with. So awesome, really awesome. Beaver DDS24 Dave, if there was any Primarch you would want to bring back from the dead, who would it be? Also, how would they look as a demon Primarch? Oh, Sanguinius. Yeah. What would they look? Like a big angel. That's how he would look. I like that. You know, Blood Angel is my number 2. I said number 1, thinking number 2. It's my number 2 army. That's what I would vote them as. That's what I would want. Newbies45. Hey Dave, 2 questions. When is Space Wolves Faction Focus coming out? So this is what happened with Space Wolves Faction Focus. I filmed the bat reps and then I left on the thing. I was gone for weeks. So I left on vacation and then I moved my house. So it's like, and it's not even I just moved my house. I moved all my stuff in storage and I got to move again the second time. So it's like not even done yet. Living in transition. That's how it feels right now. So my mind is kind of like, and all my thoughts are like, and all the things that I want to do are like, I can't really engage yet. So that's why they haven't been posted. The bat reps have been posted, but there's been FAQs since. So it's kind of like the games are obsolete. So what I'm going to do is I'm still going to post them, but at the beginning there's going to be a clip that says, hey guys, I posted that I made these bat reps before the FAQ has come out. So these are just going to be regular battle reports. They're not going to just discard them as faction focus. They're just going to enjoy them as bat reps, even though there's new rules for them now. So just sit back and relax, have some popcorn, whatever. Don't play Tau. And then you can watch them. That's what's going to happen. They were fun games. They're actually really fun games. And it's kind of sad that they didn't come out when they came out, which is fine. It's going to happen, right? I did do the Chaos. I did do the Blood Angels faction focus. And then I did the Space Wolf stuff, and then I left. And so I didn't quite finish it, which is kind of bothers my OCD just a little bit. Second, what's your take on the new sub-chapter of the Space Wolves, Wolf Spears being told just to guard a section of the RIP and not being given orders from Logan? How would that make me feel in that situation? Well, I might be tempted to dissent. Zidkov said, sir, we are missing our Chaos leader. Please come to more videos. Russia loves you. Okay, I'm going to try a really bad Russian accent here. What do you think about Thousand Suns? Is it worth to start the army before new codex is released? This is really bad, I know. Please don't be offended. I'm doing this for fun. Is it possible to build effective TS without Magnus the Red? What do you think about Rubric Marines, Inferno Flamers, and Inferno Bolters? Well, I love Thousand Suns, and that's what I meant when I said TS. Rubric Marines, great. They're fantastic. I love the weapons that they have access to. Infernal Bolters, fantastic. They're great. They're psychic, awesome. Before, in 7th edition, Magnus was very, very powerful, and he was very cost-effective and points efficient. Now he is less so, but more balanced, in my opinion. So when you bring him, it's more of a, hey, I'm your friend and we'll have a fun game. Whereas before it's, I want to kill you and your family tree for 5 generations. That's a very extreme example, and I meant every word. Kurt to you. Dave, a long time ago I remember Matt saying in a sit and talk you two met at church. I was wondering about your faith and how and why you joined the church. Matt is very open about his beliefs, but I have never heard much about yours, probably because I haven't seen the right videos or missed it at some point. Hope this question is not too personal. Your content is awesome. You and your videos are the biggest reason I'm a Vault member. Thank you. You helped me feed my nerdlings. I will not forget that. Kurt to you. Yeah, we go to the same church, and I met Matt at church. I've known Matt since I was 5, I'll say. I've known him like my whole life. I don't ever remember a time when I didn't know Matt. So, when did I join the church? I was baptized when I was a child, and I think that's all I have to say about that. Yeah, Matt, I have a different approach when it comes to church. I am a Christian man. And this is a personal question. Thank you. I like personal because there's no personal space bubble. So you ask the question, you're going to get the answer. And for those who don't wish to hear this, just plug your ears for about 30 seconds. But it's okay. And I'm very grateful for all of the blessings that I have been blessed with in my life. And I attribute that to the creator of the universe. So thank you for the question. Semper Steel. Oh no, that's not for me. Young. Dave, when are you going to do another food challenge? Funny you should mention that because I was looking at the cockroach eating challenge and it has over 700,000 views. Hoo! I was actually going to just check because I think that might be your highest viewed video, up there with To Feel the Demon Prince. That short film that I made like 7 years ago, which I have no idea why I get so many views. Probably grandfathered into when YouTube was just starting up. But it's crazy. So lots of fun. I actually filmed a Vegemite food challenge. I haven't edited it yet. That was like 8 months ago. I don't know why I haven't edited it yet. It's a hard word to say. But yeah, I would certainly love to do more of those. And you know we're going to bring Steve in because he's the reason why I watch it. I say I watch it because I edit it and then I watch it after because I like to see Steve's reaction. And then I like to experience his reaction in real life when it's actually happening. It's even better. It's like live theater. It's pretty amazing. Rusty, yeah. Hi Dave. So when will we see some more Matt vs. Dave action? It's like once a year or something that happens. Also out of the Chaos Space Marine Primarchs. Also out of the Chaos Space Marine Primarchs, which one would you love to see return and most and why? Cheers. Which one do I not have? Which one would I want? You know what? I think a Fulgrim. I think like a 40k Fulgrim would be sweet. He'd be like lightning fast, and he'd be awesome because Slanesh is really good in combat. In some ways, better than Khorne. Yep, I said it. Yeah, you better believe I said it. Because it's true. Always counting as assaulting type of stuff. That belongs to Khorne. Come on. But anyway. Teknoman. Hello, Dave. More of a fluffy answer to a question that Quirk had come up. Someone asked why, when declaring a charge and rolling movement distance and failing, do you not move the model the distance? The fluff answer is that because of Overwatch, it suppresses the enemy under a hail of fire, preventing them from moving forward. Now, this doesn't account for models that cannot Overwatch, but I think, like, what I would like to think, the charging models either derp or faceplant it. Love your content. Don't forget to be awesome. I won't forget. And you know what? I kind of like that. I like this being suppressed by Overwatch fire. Although it doesn't make sense if one fails Overwatch. So, what would the reason be? A scene from a movie comes to mind when Hector and Achilles from Troy were fighting each other. And then Hector trips over a stone. And Achilles is like, get up, son of Troy. I don't want this stone to steal my glory. It's kind of like that. It's like they're tripping over stones. And you're like, oh, okay. Are you coming? I'm waiting for a battle. I want to slice and dice, and you're not here yet. It's not happening. I can wait here if you want, but chances are I'm just going to come to you because I'm too impatient. So I like that. I like how you put that fluffy reason you added to it. I like that. Very good. Thousand Sun Sorcerer says, Dave, what is your advice for a foot-slogging Death Guard army? Plant yourself on objectives and get bloat drones. Then you're not 100% foot-slogging. Get bloat drones. Any way you can get them, have 2, maybe even 3 in your army. That's my recommendation. Aurelios, nope, not for me. Blood Eagle, Dave, if you had to chaos up a Tau model, what would it be and what chaos model would it represent? It's funny you should say that because I actually have some. I have a chaosed up Tau model. It happens to be a, what do you call it? I think it's a Crisis battlesuit, which is converted into a Obliterator, a Zinch Obliterator. So it's pretty sweet looking. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty sweet looking, but only because it was chaosified. I feel 100% right saying it. I know that Tau only deserved to be spawned, but if you couldn't choose spawn. Oh, I didn't read the rest of the question, but I guess I answered it without knowing the rest of the question. Big Friendly Wargamer, hello Dave, it's been a long since the last sit and talk. I have a number of questions for you. Firstly, are you Alfarius? Well, no. Well, yeah. Secondly, I asked the same of Quirk. Could you show us your first painted model? I know you guys don't do your own painting so much anymore, but it seems to be the thing in the moment. Okay. I will show you Defi, because Defi was first painted model. Here is Defi. His first painted model. I actually don't know what my first painted model is. I don't remember. But I know that he's one of the first painted models. Like within the first 10, I'll say that. So he takes the credit because he's Defi. Lastly, if all the MiniWarGaming crew were WWE wrestlers, what would all your names be? Cheers for your time, dude. Oh, well, I think one would be called the Mountain. One would be called the Beard. One would be called Oscar the Grouch. One would be one would be the Sorcerer. I think you can guess who that would be. One would be the Berserker of Corn. Another would be I'm pretty sure you can know who I'm talking about when I say these. One will be the Hatchet. Another one would be the Mohawk. Wow, it's pretty unoriginal. Just take a look at a character trait, like a physical trait, and then name it after that. That's what my my extended family does on my side of the family. They do that, which is actually quite hilarious. And you know what? This has been a really long sit and talk. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop it right now, and then we're going to continue this in the sit and vault. We're going to continue this discussion because I love it so much. I can actually do this for a long time. So thank you very much. Remember to leave your comments for Chris next week on this video, which is on the MiniWarGaming site. Put Chris's name at the beginning of the comment so he knows that you're talking to him, that you're addressing him. And click on the link below to watch the sit and vault, the continuation of the sit and talk. Thank you very much, and happy wargaming.